A very good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's general awareness video. And guys, today we are going to cover up the MCQs from 22nd to 30th of September. So today we have a lot of questions to cover. Let's get started. But first, I would like to request you all to subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon so you don't miss any future updates. And join our Telegram channel, link for which is in the description box below. And through the Telegram channel, you will be getting the PDF for today's session. And today's session is really important because we are covering up more than 45 questions from this week alone. So I would also like to request you all that you can use coupon code NABARD40 to avail 40% discount on our NABARD course, and the code is valid till 15th October. To use the code, sign in to our website www.edutab.co.in. So let's get started with the MCQs, guys. The first question that I have for you is that recently which of the following banks has introduced real-time digital cross-border incoming payment tracking for all corporate and SME clients? Now, what is this question asking us? It is that a bank has introduced real-time digital cross-border payment incoming payment tracking for all corporate and SME clients. The options are Citibank, HSBC Bank, DBS Bank, State Bank of India, or ICICI Bank. Come on, guys, can I have the right answer in the chat box? The right answer for the bank that has introduced real-time digital cross-border incoming payments tracking, note the word tracking, for all corporate and SME clients. The right answer for this is DBS Bank. So the DBS Bank has launched real-time online tracking for cross-border collections for business in India in partnership with Swift Global Payments Innovation, that is GPI. So the name of the bank is DBS Bank. Moving on, next we have that recently in which district the Madhya Pradesh government has begun the process to set up diamond cutting and polishing park. The options are Chhatarpur, Sagar, Panna, Bhopal, Hoshangabad. Now the question, let's go back to the question, which district of Madhya Pradesh has begun process to set up diamond cutting and polishing park? Come on, guys. Which district has is known to have a lot of diamonds? The right answer from the options Chhatarpur, Sagar, Panna, Bhopal, and Hoshangabad is Panna, because obviously the Panna district has a vast reserve of gems. Now, Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan has announced that Madhya Pradesh government has initiated a process of setting up diamond cutting and polishing park in the state's Panna district. Panna is famous for its diamond mines. The Panna National Park was declared in 1994 as 22nd Tiger Reserve of India and the 5th in Madhya Pradesh. Panna was given the Award of Excellence in 2007 as the best maintained national park of India by Ministry of Tourism. The important takeaways from here, that in Panna a diamond cutting and polishing park will be established, and Panna has a vast reserve of gems. Panna is a district in Madhya Pradesh. I hope this is clear. Now moving on, next we have that recently, according to Asia Money 2021, which bank has been voted most outstanding company in India? The options are HDFC Bank, Axis Bank, Indian Bank, Yes Bank, or ICICI Bank. I will wait for 2 to 3 seconds for you to answer this. Which bank, according to Asia Money, has been voted most outstanding company in India? The right answer for this is HDFC Bank. So the HDFC Bank has been voted overall most outstanding company in India in a poll conducted by the Asia Money 2021. I hope this is clear. This is easy. HDFC Bank, the leading private lender, the leading private bank in India, has been voted most outstanding company by Asia Money 2021. Next is that recently who has addressed beneficiaries of Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana in Shimla? The options are Narendra Modi, Piyush Goyal, Arjun Munda, Ashwini Vaishnav, Dharmendra Pradhan. Recently, who has addressed beneficiaries of Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Ann Yojana in Shimla? The right answer for this is Piyush Goyal. So, Union Minister of Commerce and Industry, Consumer Affairs and Food and Public Distribution, Piyush Goyal, has addressed beneficiaries of Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Ann Yojana in Shimla. The Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Ann Yojana is a food security welfare scheme announced by the Government of India in March 2020 during the COVID-19 pandemic in India. So the key takeaways we need to know about the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana. It was launched as a food security welfare scheme by the Government of India in March 2020 during the COVID-19 pandemic, and recently Piyush Goyal, who is the Union Minister of Commerce, Industry, Consumer Affairs and Food and Public Distribution, has addressed beneficiaries of the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Ann Yojana in Shimla. Next we have, recently, who among the following has inaugurated high power transmitters at one of the world's highest radio stations in Kargil? What are we talking about? We are talking about high power transmitters on one of the world's highest radio stations in Kargil. So the question is that who has inaugurated this? The options are Narendra Modi, R.K. Mathur, Anurag Thakur, Ashwini Vaishnav or Manoj Sinha. The right answer for this is Anurag Thakur. So Union Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur has inaugurated high power transmitters at one of the highest radio stations in the world at Humbatingla in Kargil, Ladakh. So the location, Kargil, Ladakh, highest radio station, and the recently high power transmitters have been inaugurated by Union Minister Anurag Thakur. Moving on, next we have that recently World Pharmacists Day is celebrated on Dash to promote and advocate the role of the pharmacists in improving health all over the world. So when is World Pharmacists Day celebrated? The options are 25th September, 24th September, 26th September, 20th September or 19th September. When is World Pharmacist Day celebrated? The options 25th, 24th, 26th, 20th or 19th September. The right answer is 25th September. So 25th September is marked as World Pharmacist Day. The International Pharmaceutical Federation FIP Congress in Istanbul, Turkey designated 25th September as annual World Pharmacists Day, and its theme for 2021 is that always trusted for your health. We trust pharmacists with our health. They are providing us with the medicines, the prescriptions, not the prescriptions, but they are explaining us the prescriptions given by the doctors, and hence pharmacists play an important role and we are always trusting them with our health. Moving on, next we have that recently who has been conferred with the SDG Progress Award for steady progress in achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. The options are Narendra Modi, Sher Bahadur Dubey, Aung San Suu Kyi, Sheikh Hasina or Ramnath Kovind. So who has been conferred the SDG Progress Award for steady progress in Sustainable Development Goals? A very easy question, we have covered this. The answer is Sheikh Hasina. She is the Prime Minister of Bangladesh. Now moving on, next we have that okay, so the Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has been conferred with the SDG Progress Award for Bangladesh, steady progress in achieving Sustainable Development Goals by UN sponsored Sustainable Development Solutions Network SDSN. So Sheikh Hasina, the Prime Minister of Bangladesh, has been conferred with the award. Now recently Manika Shiokant was appointed as the Goodwill Ambassador of Water Conservation Campaign for which state? The options are Goa, Punjab, Madhya Pradesh, Kerala, Haryana. This is a very easy question. The right answer for this is Haryana. So Haryana has appointed her as the Goodwill Ambassador for Water Conservation Campaign for Haryana government. Moving on, next we have that recently Hindi Divas has been celebrated on Dash to raise awareness about language and commemorate the event when it was adopted as one of the official languages of India. So when is Hindi Divas marked in India? The options are 11th September, 16th September, 15th September, 14th September or 13th September. Date on which the Hindi Divas is marked. Guys, we need to cut down on the time taken to read the question. This is why we just need to take the essence of the question and simply jump to the options. The right answer for this is 14th September. So 14th September is marked as Hindi Divas. Hindi Divas has been celebrated across country on 14th September, right? It was in 1949 that the Constituent Assembly adopted Hindi written in Devanagari script as the official language of India. So Hindi written in Devanagari script is the official language of India and it was constituted in 1949. I hope this is clear now. The next question is that Singraj Adhana won silver medal at Paralympics 2020. He is associated with which sport? So we are given the name of the person, we are given the medal and we are given the event. Now tell me, Singraj Adhana is belonging to which of the following sports? The options are chess, boxing, badminton, wrestling or shooting. Singraj Adhana won silver medal at Paralympics Game 2020. He is associated with which of the following sports? The right answer is shooting. So Manish Narwal and Singraj Adhana won gold medal and silver medal respectively in the 50-meter SH1 event at Tokyo Paralympics. And Russian Paralympic Sergei Meloisi won the bronze medal. Now with this, we can conclude that Singraj Adhana is related to shooting. Next we have that recently which of the following countries has faced one of its worst cholera outbreaks in years? The options are Nigeria, Bhutan, Pakistan, Morocco or Kenya. Which of the following countries has faced one of its worst cholera outbreak in years? So which of the following countries is going through one of the worst cholera outbreaks in its history? The right answer is Nigeria. So Nigeria is seeing one of the worst cholera outbreaks in years with more than 2300 people dying from suspected cases in Africa's most populous country struggles to deal with multiple disease outbreaks. The capital of Nigeria is Abuja and the country's currency is Nigerian Naira. So if the question comes, which country is going through one of the worst cholera outbreaks in years, the right answer would be Nigeria. Next we have that recently which of the following country has fined Google $177 million for forcing software on devices? Okay, the options should be having countries, but we have the amount. Very interesting. The right answer for this is South Korea is planning to fine Google at least 204 billion won, 207 billion won, that is $177 million for allegedly blocking smartphone makers like Samsung. So Samsung is a South Korean country. Do remember that, from using other operating systems in what would be one of country's biggest antitrust penalties ever. So this would be one of the biggest penalties that South Korea would be ever implementing over any other country, and the reason for that is Google has been blocking smartphone manufacturers like Samsung from using their own software over Google's Android. Now we know with this we can remember that Samsung, one of the leading smartphone manufacturers, is from South Korea, and South Korea has hence planned to fine Google $177 million. Currency of South Korea is won and capital is Seoul. So moving on, next we have that recently how much percent the wholesale price based inflation rose marginally in August 2021. The options are 8.37%, 10.38%, 11.39% or 12.34% or 13.33%. So how much percent the wholesale price based inflation rose marginally in August 2021? The right answer for this is 11.39%. So The wholesale price-based index rose marginally to 11.39% in August 2021, mainly due to higher prices of manufacturing goods, even as prices of food articles softened. At the same time though, the WPI inflation remained within the double-digit range for fourth month in a row in August 2021. However, it is considerably down from June 2021, which had touched 12.07%. So even though it has come down, it is still in double digits, that is 11.39% previously, which was 12.07%. Next, we have that recently which Indian institute stands among the top 22% in the QS graduate employability rankings. So, which Indian institute stands among the top 22%? The options are IIT Kanpur, IIT Bombay, IIT Roorkee, IIT BHU, or IIT Madras. The right answer for that is IIT Bombay. So, the IIT Bombay uh, is among the top 22% in the QS graduate employability ranking. So this is why this becomes really important. Moving on, next we have that recently, with which country has India reaffirmed the commitment towards free, open, and inclusive Indo-Pacific region? The options are the options are Japan, Russia, Indonesia, Vietnam, or Brunei. With which country India has reaffirmed commitment towards free, open, and inclusive Indo-Pacific region? The right answer is Japan. So India and Japan have reaffirmed their commitment towards free, open, and inclusive Indo-Pacific region. That means the relationships between both the countries are good and there is mutual understanding for free, open, and inclusive Indo-Pacific region. Moving on, next we have that recently which organization has won the coveted Brandon Hall Group Silver Award 2021 for excellence in learning? The options are Imbibe, Apposite Learning Solutions, Glenmark Pharmaceuticals, Byju's, or Unacademy. Let me repeat the question once again. Which organization has won the coveted Brandon Hall Group Silver Award for excellence in learning? I hope you can see why this question is important. The options are Imbibe, Apposite Learning Solutions, Glenmark Pharmaceuticals, Byju's, or Unacademy. I hope you can clearly identify and remove this option from here. The rest options: Imbibe, Apposite Learning Solutions, Byju's, and Unacademy. The right answer is Apposite Learning Solutions. So, the Apposite has won the coveted Brandon Hall Group Silver Award 2021 for excellence in learning category of Best Advance in creating an extended enterprise learning program. The next question is that recently Uttar Pradesh government has set up electronic park in which city? So recently in Uttar Pradesh, which city the electronic park has been set up? The options are Gautam Buddha Nagar, Prayagraj, Ayodhya, Lucknow, or Kanpur. Come on guys, the right answer for question number 17. The right answer is Gautam Buddha Nagar. So in Gautam Buddha Nagar, an electronic park has been set up by the Uttar Pradesh government. I hope you are enjoying the session. I hope you are finding these MCQs to be important and you are able to revise the current affairs for the whole week. This is a nice way to go through the important current affairs by taking part in the revision series. So the next question that we have, okay, so the explanation for this question, that Uttar Pradesh government will set up an electronic park in Yamuna Expressway Industrial Development Authority area that is expected to attract an investment of 50,000 crores. So this is okay. So next we have that recently who among the following has been appointed as Vice Chancellor of Rajasthan Technical University? The options are Vijay Roop Rani, Acharya Devrat, PC Joshi, Neelima Singh, or M Jagdesh Kumar. Who among the following has been appointed as the Vice Chancellor of Rajasthan Technical University? The right answer for this is Neelima Singh. So she has been appointed as the Vice Chancellor of Rajasthan Technical University. So the university is in Kota and she has been appointed for a period of 3 years from the date of assuming. Next, we have that recently the first edition of Himalayan Film Festival THFF has begun from 24th to 28th September. In which state or union territory? The options are Goa, Ladakh, Delhi, Jammu Kashmir, and Maharashtra. So, the first edition of Himalayan Film Festival, first edition making it important, and it is a 5-day festival. So, it is taking place in which of the following states or cities? The right answer is Ladakh. And how do we remember that? Well, it's a Himalayan festival. It is taking place in Ladakh. Ladakh is hosting the Himalayan Film Festival 2021, that is THFF, as a part of the celebrations of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav for commemorating 75 years of India's independence. I hope this is easy. I hope this is clear. I hope you are enjoying the session. The next question that I have for you is that recently, which of the following state is setting up a tea park having process services like tea, grinding, blending, packaging, and other utility offerings under one roof? The options are Kerala, Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur, or West Bengal. Tea park. I hope from the options only and looking at this word you are able to identify the right answer, because which of the following states is associated with tea most commonly? The right answer is Assam. So the state of Assam is setting up a tea park in Shayong in Kamrup district. Tea garden companies using garden lands for plantation of Sigun and Agar or selling off the tea estates. The minister stated that the tea garden owners cannot sell their own estates as the leased land still belongs to Assam government. So the state of Assam is setting up a tea park. The location is Chaigaon in Kamrup district. I hope you will next time whenever you will see the word tea park, you will directly associate it with Assam. Moving on, next we have that recently KVIC, that is Khadi Village Industries Corporation, has set up the first silk yarn production center to boost local silk industry and create employment in. The options are Odisha, Assam, Kerala, Karnataka, or West Bengal. So basically, silk yarn and production center will be set up in which of the following states? The right answer for this is Odisha. So Khadi and Village Industries Commission KVIC has set up Odisha's first ever Tusar silk yarn production center at Chaudhar in Cuttack district. This silk yarn production center will ensure local availability of Tusar silk yarn, create local employment, and reduce production costs. So you see the important reason, the points why this news is important and why a question could come up in the question from this, in the exam from this. So KVIC, that is Khadi and Village Industries Commission, has set up Odisha's first ever Tusar silk yarn production center. Next, we have that recently which state has been conferred with the Blue Planet Prize by International Hydropower Association, that is IHA. The options are Odisha, Sikkim, Kerala, Bihar, or Tamil Nadu. Recently, which state has been conferred with the Blue Planet Prize by International Hydropower Association? The right answer for this is Sikkim. So, NHPC's 510 megawatt Teestawi power station located in Himalayan state of Sikkim has been conferred with the prestigious Blue Planet Prize. So, 2 points with which you could remember this is, that is NHPC's plant in Sikkim has been conferred with the Blue Planet Prize by the International Hydropower Association, that is an IHA, a London-based non-profit membership association operating in 120 countries. So Sikkim would be the right answer. NHP's 510 megawatt power station. Moving on, next we have that recently, who among the following has become a brand ambassador of Parimal Realty, the real estate arm of Parimal Group? The options are Rahul Dravid, Sachin Tendulkar, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, Virat Kohli, or Rohit Sharma. So, who among the following cricketers has been appointed as the brand ambassador of Parimal Group? Actually, Parimal Realty, which is a subsidiary of Parimal Group. The right answer is Rahul Dravid. So, Rahul Dravid has been appointed as the brand ambassador of Parimal Realty. Who is Rahul Dravid? Well, he is a former Indian cricket team captain. Moving on, next we have that recently who among the following has won the Best Music Director Award at Imagine India Film Festival? Music Director Award at Imagine India Film Festival 2021 in Spain. The options are Pandit Shiv Kumar Sharma, Alauddin Khan, Pandit Ravi Shankar, Debojyoti Mishra, or A.R. Rahman. Now, let's come back and look at the question. Best Music Director Award at Imagine India Festival 2021 in Spain. The right answer for this is Debojyoti Mishra, and she has won the Best Music Director Award at Imagine India Film Festival in Spain for his work in filmmaker Hari Vishwanath's Bansuri, the Flute. Now, this is the name of the film, and he was the director, and Debjyoti Mishra was the music director who won the Best Music Director Award. In the Best Music Director segment, Mishra was nominated alongside Taras Doan for Blindfold and Ismail Mohsen for Charcoal. Okay, so the person who won the award is Debjyoti Mishra. Very well. Now let's get on with the Josh. Now the next question that we have is recently which scheme, the world's largest healthcare scheme, has completed its 3 years? World's largest healthcare scheme. You see how important that makes this question. The options are Ayushman Bharat, Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Ujjwal Yojana, Ayushman Sahakar Scheme, Startup India Seed Fund Scheme, Pradhan Mantri Vay Vandana Yojana. I hope this is very easy for you to identify the world's largest healthcare scheme, and it has completed 3 years. The right answer is Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. India's flagship health program Ayushman Bharat, the Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, has completed 3 years. Around 2 crores 20 lakh people have been benefited under the scheme launched in 2018 by Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana is a national public health insurance fund that the government of India that aims to provide free access to health insurance coverage for low income earners in the country. So it is providing health insurance for free to low income earners in the country. Next we have that recently Jungle Nama, the verse adaptation of an episode from the legend of Bon Bibi, a tale popular in the villages of Sundarbans, released audiobook which has been written by whom? The options are Salim Khan, Chetan Bhagat, Javed Akhtar, Juhi Chaturvedi, Amitav Ghosh. I will repeat the options once again: Salim Khan, Chetan Bhagat, Javed Akhtar, Juhi Chaturvedi, or Amitav Ghosh. Who is the writer of a tale in popular village Sundarbans released by the audiobook? Okay, the Jungle Nama. The right answer for this is Amitav Ghosh. So the Amitav Ghosh Jungle Nama, the verse adaptation of an episode from the legend of Bon Bibi, a tale popular in villages of Sundarbans, has now been released as an audiobook with the music and voice of US based Ali Sethi. Now we know that audiobooks are the new trend where we listen to the books instead of reading them. So this is why this is becoming important, and the question could also come up based on who has who has spoken in the audiobook, who has given the voiceover. The option would be US based Ali Sethi. Moving on, next we have that there are dash beaches in India that has been awarded prestigious blue flag tag September 2021. So okay, so I know this might seem a bit confusing, but I would like to ask you this question: that there are how many beaches in India that have been awarded the prestigious blue flag tag in total? So you have to tell me there are a total number of beaches that are in India that have been given the prestigious blue flag tag. The options are 14, 2, 10, 19 and 5. So you have to tell me how many total beaches in India have the blue flag rating as per September 2021. That means by September 2021, how many beaches have the blue flag rating? Not how many have been given just in September 2021, but the total number of beaches to have this rating. The right answer is 10. Yes, two new beaches have been given this rating, but the total number of beaches are 10 in the country. India has 10 international blue flag beaches with the addition of Kovalam and Eden beaches recently on 22nd September and the recertification of 8 beaches which got the tag in 2020. The Foundation for Environment Education FEE Denmark, which accords the blue flag certification. So if the question comes, how many beaches in India have the international blue flag rating, the answer would be 10. If the question comes, how many beaches have received the blue flag rating in 2021, the answer in 2020 it was 8, and in 2021, okay, so in 2021 the right answer is 2. That brings the total to 10. So moving on, next we have that recently how many Indian institutions have been figured in the top 500 universities in QS Graduate Employability Ranking 2022. This should be 2021. The options are 19, 12, 16, 28 or 33. So how many Indian institutions have been figured in the top 500 universities? The right answer is 12. The right answer is 12, and the Indian Institute of Science Bengaluru and 6 Indian Institutes of Technology. So 6 IITs and IISc Bangalore are among the 12 institutions. So total number is 12 only have been figured in the top 500 universities by the QS Graduate Employability Ranking. The 3 central universities are Delhi University, University of Mumbai and University of Calcutta. And the private universities are the OP Jindal University and BITS Pilani. Now moving on, next we have that recently Y.S. Dadwal has passed away. He was the police commissioner of which state or union territories? The options are Jammu and Kashmir, Goa, Punjab, Delhi or Ladakh. I will repeat the question. Y.S. Dadwal has passed away. He was the police commissioner of which state or union territory? The options are Jammu and Kashmir, Goa, Punjab, Delhi or Ladakh. The right answer for this is Delhi. Uh, I would like to give you a small trick, even though this will not work every time, but mostly whenever we are talking about police commissioner, the answer would most likely come out of Delhi because Delhi is the country's capital and a union territory. That is why such posts become important specifically for Delhi. But to remember, this still needs to be, it is better if you go through the data and if you remember them by facts and not by using these tricks. Still, next, the main point of mentioning this was that why is this particular news important? The reason is because of this union territory. The reason is because of Delhi. That is why we have to cover such topics from the country's capital, New Delhi. Next, we have that recently Dash has been appointed as new Chief Secretary of Punjab, replacing Winnie Mahajan. So, who has been appointed as the new Chief Secretary of Punjab? The options are Winnie Mahajan, Rajiv Kumar, Ajay Kumar, Pankaj Kumar, Anirudh Tiwari. Very well, the person is replacing Winnie Mahajan. So, the right answer for this is Anirudh Tiwari. So, Anirudh Tiwari will be replacing Winnie Mahajan as the new Chief Secretary of Punjab. Next, guys. Okay. So next we have that recently My Arcus has signed whom as its brand ambassador for its range of premium baby and mom products? Anushka Sharma Kohli, Kareena Kapoor Khan, Shilpa Shetty, Neha Dhupia or Noora Fatehi. I am sure that those who have interest in Bollywood, who are or interested in celebrities, they would most likely conclude the answer between these two options. My Arcus has signed whom as its brand ambassador for its range of premium baby products. So let's just cancel out on these options for now. The right answer out of Anushka Sharma and Kareena Kapoor Khan is Kareena Kapoor Khan. So she has been appointed as the brand ambassador for the premium baby and mom products by My Arcus. I hope, guys, this is clear, this is interesting, this is good to remember, and you are enjoying the session. I hope you are participating well in the chat box, and I hope you are able to answer the questions correctly. Next, we have that recently who has been elected to World Archery's Athletes Committee for a 4-year term. The options are Pravin Jadhav, Abhishek Verma, Jayanta Talkur, uh, Tarundeep Rai, or Shamlal Meena. Guys, we have covered this. I hope you are able to identify the right person. The right answer is option B. Abhishek Verma has been appointed as the has been elected to the World Archery Athletes Committee. Next, we have that recently the World Health Organization recently revised the global air quality guidelines after how many years? The World Health Organization WHO has recently revised the global air quality guidelines after how many years? The options are 10 years, 14 years, 19 years, 16 years, or 9 years. The right answer for this is, come on guys, the right answer for this is 16 years. So the guidelines have been revised after 2005, and basically they have slashed the limits on various pollution parameters. That means that basically they have now narrowed down the limits on which will be considered as safe, dangerous, or basically now as per the guidelines, Vizag's annual PM2 average is about 10 times more than the prescribed limits of WHO. So, why is this important? Because it is after such a long span of time of 16 years that WHO has updated the air quality guidelines. Next, we have that recently Dash has launched national campaign to promote cultivation of medicinal plants in country. The options are Botanical Survey of India, Indian Council of Medical Research, Indian Medical Association, the National Medicinal Plants Board, Association of Surgeons of India. Recently, Dash has launched national campaign to promote cultivation of medical plants in country. So, which of the following organizations has launched a national campaign to promote cultivation of medicinal plants? The options are Botanical Survey of India, Indian Council of Medical Research (ICMR), Indian Medical Association (IMA), the National Medicinal Plants Board or Association of Surgeons of India. The right answer for this is the National Medicinal Plants Board. So, the National Medicine Plants Board of Ayush Ministry has launched a national campaign to promote cultivation of medicinal plants in the country as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. In order to promote medicinal plants sector, Government of India has set up National Medicinal Plants Board (NMPB) on 24th November 2000. Currently, the board is working under the Ministry of Ayush, and the full form of Ministry of Ayush is Ayurveda, Yoga, and Naturopathy, Unani, Siddha, and Homeopathy. Government of India. So the National Medicinal Plants Board has launched a national campaign to promote cultivation of medicinal plants. Next, guys, we have that recently which of the following state governments has banned online gambling or betting? So a state government has banned online betting and gambling. The options are Bihar, Assam, Karnataka, Delhi, or Uttar Pradesh. So one of these options has recently banned online gambling or betting. The right answer is Karnataka. So Karnataka cabinet has decided to ban online gambling and betting by amending the Karnataka Police Act 1963. The ban, however, would not include lottery or betting on horse races. So lottery and horse races are still excluded from the ban, and online gambling and betting has been banned in Karnataka. Next, we have that recently Heavy Industries Minister Mahendra Nath Pandey inaugurated state-of-the-art data center at Bhel plant at which place? The options are Chennai, Pune, Bangalore, Mumbai, or Kolkata. Recently, Heavy Industries Minister Mahendra Nath Pandey inaugurated state-of-the-art data center at Bhel plant in which place? The options are Chennai, Pune, Bangalore, Mumbai, or Kolkata. The right answer is Bangalore. So the um, state-of-the-art data center has been established at the Bales Electronic Division in Bangalore. The state would be Karnataka. Established to commemorate India's celebration of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav as a step in Bhale's digital transformation journey, the data center at Electronics Division encompasses the data centers of all three Bangalore-based units of BHEL. BHEL basically is Bharat Heavy Electronics Limited, namely Solar Business Division SDB, Industrial Systems Group ISG, as well as Eden. So I hope this is clear that in Bangalore division of Bharat Heavy Electronics Limited's electronic division, a state-of-the-art data center has been inaugurated. Next, we have that recently who among the following has launched the Medicine from the Sky project at Vikarabad in Telangana. So, who among the following has launched the Medicine from the Sky project at Vikarabad, Telangana? The options are K. Chandrasekhar Rao, Narendra Modi, Jyotir Aditya Scindia, Rajnath Singh, or Ramnath Kovind. Medicine from Sky. What can you relate to Sky? The right answer is Jyotiraditya Scindia, and why? We will tell you right now. The Civil Aviation Union Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia has launched Medicines from Sky. So, can you relate civil aviation with Sky? Well, yes. The location is Vikarabad in Telangana. The drone carry payload of vaccines and other medicines to public health centers under the project. So basically, drones will basically be dropping over the packages to the public health centers under the project. The person who has launched this initiative is Jyotiraditya Scindia. He is the Union Minister of Civil Aviation. Next, we have that recently the Food Safety and Standards Authority, that is FSSAI, introduced a new logo for. The options are pesticides and antibiotic residue, meat products including poultry, vegan products, milk and milk products, cereals and cereal product standards. I hope those of you who are able to answer this very good. Others, I have a hint for you. We have logo with red for non-veg and with green for veg. So what is the new category that we have started having? That is vegan products. So vegan products will have a new logo with V inscribed in the middle of a square box. So previously we have this circles, red and green. Now we will be having a green V. This will be green in color. So that will be marked as vegan. So I hope you will be able to identify vegan products by looking at the V inscribed between a box. Next, we have that recently who has been appointed as the okay guys, first just a small additional information about vegan. What is vegan? Basically, vegan products are products which do not use any animal products like even milk and honey. So these are called vegan products which do not use any animal products. So that is why these are coming up in the trend lately, and that is why FSSAI has introduced a new logo to identify vegan products separately from veg and non-veg products. So next question that we have is, recently who has been appointed as the new managing director of Oxford University Press India, OUPI? The options are V. Sivarama Krishna, Sumanta Datta, Dr. P.D. Waghela, Anup Kumar Mendrita, or J.B. Mahopatra. So recently, who has been appointed as the new managing director of Oxford Press India, OUPI? New managing director of Oxford University Press India. Come on, guys, the right answer. The right answer for this is Sumanta Datta. So Sumanta Datta has been named the new managing director of Oxford University Press India, that is OUPI, with regional responsibilities including Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and Nepal. He succeeds V. Sivarama Krishna, who led the publisher for the past 6 years and recently moved on to new role outside of the press. Incoming new person, outgoing old person. So both of these names are important. And what is the designation? MD of Oxford University Press India. Next, we have that recently, which among the following organizations has delivered superior customer connect during COVID-19 pandemic with its unique speed dial partner for life initiative? So what are we talking about? We are talking about customer connect, superior customer connect during the COVID-19. The name of the initiative was the Speed Dial Partner for Life initiative. The options are Max Life Insurance Company Limited, ICICI Prudential Life Insurance Company Limited, Kotak Mahindra Life Insurance, Bajaj Allianz General Insurance, or Aditya Birla Sun Life Insurance. The right answer for this is, guys, question number 40. Option A is the right answer. So Max Life Insurance Company Limited has delivered superior customer connect during COVID-19 pandemic with its unique speed dial partner initiative. Next, we have that recently who has been appointed as Nepal's new foreign minister by President Bidya Devi Bhandari. The options are Bhandari. Okay, sorry, President Bidya Devi Bhandari. The options are Janardhan Sharma, Balkrishna Khand, Gyanendra Bahadur Karki, Pamfa Bhusal, or Narayan Khadka. Recently, who has been appointed as Nepal's new foreign minister? So, we are talking about the foreign minister of Nepal. The right answer for this is Narayan Khadka. So, Narayan Khadka has been appointed as the Nepal's new foreign minister by President Bidya Devi on recommendation of the Prime Minister Sher Bahadur Dubey. So, we have covered up the President of Nepal, Prime Minister of Nepal, and the Foreign Minister of Nepal, Narayan Khadka. Moving on, next we have that who is the author of recently released book Shining Sikh Youth of India. The options are Arundhati Roy, Shashi Tharoor, Dr. Prableen Singh, Chetan Bhagat, or Ramchandra Guha. Author of the book Shining Sikh Youth of India. The right answer for question number 42 is option. Come on, guys. The right answer. Come on, come on. So the right answer for this is option C, Dr. Prableen Singh. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh has released the book titled Shining Sikh Youth of India, authored by Dr. Prableen Singh, Administrative Officer at Punjabi University, Patiala. So the book Shining Sikh Youth of India has been authored by Dr. Prableen Singh. Moving on, next we have that recently who has been named as the mentor of Indian cricket men's team for ICC T20 World Cup 2021. So the mentor for International Cricket Council T20 World Cup 2021 for India. The options are Virendra Sehwag, Virat Kohli, Sunil Gavaskar, Rahul Dravid, or MS Dhoni. The right answer, M for mentor, M for MS Dhoni. So Mahendra Singh Dhoni has been appointed as the mentor for Indian cricket men's team for the ICC World Cup T20 2021. Next, we have that recently who has been appointed as the next Chief of Air Staff as decided by the Union Government. The options are Chandri Prasad Mohante, Dalbir Singh Suhag, VR Chaudhary, Bipin Rawat, or Karambir Singh. The Chief of Air Staff appointed by the Union Government. The right answer, we have covered this news, so that is why I won't be taking much time over this. The right answer is VR Chaudhary, and the outgoing person is RKS Bhaduria. So VR Chaudhary will be the new chief of air staff. Next, we have that recently how many people have been included in Ramon Magsaysay Award 2021, presented in a virtual ceremony in Manila, the capital of Philippines. So, how many people have been awarded the Raman Magsaysay Award for 2021? We had a question related to the Raman Magsaysay Award in the NABARD grade A morning shift. So, recently, how many people have been conferred with the award? The right answer is 5. So, Dr. Firdousi Qadri, Muhammad Ajab Saqib, Roberto Bellone, Stephen Muncie, and Watchdog, which is a magazine, have been given the Raman Magsaysay Award. You should also remember that why were they given this and from which country they are. So these are there is these all are important factors that are needed to be remembered. But specifically, Dr. Firdousi Qadri was asked in the examination because of the affordable vaccine champion. Now she came up with the vaccine and on cholera, and that is why this was making it particularly important for exam from the ESI point of view. Next, we have that who among the following has dedicated to the nation indigenously built Indian Coast Guard ship Vigrah. The options are Annapurna Devi, Ramnath Kovind, Rajnath Singh, Dharmendra Pradhan, or Narendra Modi. So, who among the following has dedicated the nation indigenously built Indian Coast Guard ship Vigrah? So, Vigrah is an national indigenously built Indian Coast Guard ship, and it has been recently dedicated by whom? The right answer is Rajnath Singh. So, Defense Minister will obviously launch or release, most likely he will be the one to dedicate any such thing for the country, and the name of the ship is Vigrah, and it is the national indigenously built Indian Coast Guard ship. Raksha Mantri Shri Rajnath Singh dedicated the indigenous built Coast Guard ship Vigrah in Chennai. Next, we have that recently Omium International has launched India's first green hydrogen electrolyzer gigafactory at Dash. The options are Thiruvananthapuram, Bhubaneswar, Bangalore, Mumbai, or Ranchi. So recently, Omium International has launched India's first green hydrogen electrolyzer gigafactory at. Gigafactory is basically a very big factory. A very big factory. The options are Thiruvananthapuram, Bhubaneswar, Bangalore, Mumbai, or Ranchi. The right answer is Bangalore. So the Omium International, which is an US-based renewable energy startup, has launched India's first green hydrogen electrolyzer gigafactory at Bhubaneswar. The important takeaways: Omium International, US-based renewable energy startup, India's first green hydrogen electrolyzer at Bangalore. So moving on to the towards the end of the session. Come on, guys, just 2 more questions and then we'll be concluding the session. So the important question is that recently President Ramnath Kovind has laid foundation stone of Uttar Pradesh first Ayush Ministry University at which place? First Ayush University. The options are Ayodhya, Varanasi, Lucknow, Mirzapur, or Gorakhpur. Uttar Pradesh's first Ayush University. The right answer is Gorakhpur. The president has laid foundation stone of state's first Ayush University. The name of the university is Mahayogi Guru Gorakhnath Ayush Vishwavidyalaya. This is the full form of Ayush. And Sarabanda Sonowal is an Indian politician from Assam who is current Minister of Ports, Shipping and Waterways and Minister of Ayush in the government of India. So remember this. So if the question comes up, where is the Mahayogi Guru Gorakhnath Ayush Vishwavidyalaya? The answer would be in Uttar Pradesh, Gorakhpur. So these could be the different formations of the same question. Next we have the last question for today, that recently Narendra Giri has passed away. He was associated with which profession? Another question on the lines of NABARD grade A exam. The options are Mahant, journalist, economist, social worker, or player. Um, Player, or you could say a sports person. So recently Narendra Giri has passed away. He was associated with which profession? The right answer is Mahant. So president of All India Akhada Parishad. Akhada basically is a field of any sports field. Akhada. Mahant Narendra Giri has passed away. All India Akhada Parishad is the largest organization of saints in India. Being the Mahant of largest organization of saints, he also had a lot of political influence. So guys, this was it for today's session. Thank you very much for joining in. I hope you liked this session. I hope you found these questions important and useful. Do remember that you will be getting the PDF for this particular session through the Telegram channel, link for which is in the description box below. And for revision of the current affairs which we have covered in the previous videos, the link for them too will be in the description box below. Do share it with your friends if you like the video, and you can come back and revise the same video multiple times so that you are able to increase your retention level. Thank you very much for joining in, guys. Signing off, Devanshu Gupta.